So today I'm making some vegetable soup here. Got some potatoes over here. Putting some carrots in. Gonna add after that cooks for about 5-6 minutes. I'm gonna add these vegetables a la même temps. That means at the same time as the onion and the garlic to the soup, and scrounge up whatever little accoutrements I can put in there. As I watch the horrible turn of events, the massacre unfolding in Ukraine, it pales in comparison to my problems and the problems of my family. But I couldn't help but wonder this morning about the relationships between siblings and why sometimes they don't quite get along. My father wasn't close with either his brother or sister. They really couldn't care less when he was really sick and needed help and he was in the hospital. If really not even called me to see how I'm doing or anything. And that goes for my mother's sister. She wasn't close with her sister either. But none of them did what my brother did. And it's really sad because I sacrificed a lot to take care of my dad and did everything I could to keep him alive for as long as possible. And so did the doctors. And it was really sad because he had chemotherapy at first, which wasn't working, and that damaged his DNA. He had 2 stem cell transplants that prolonged his life at least another 15 years, along with immunotherapy. But about 6 months before he died, we were told that he has myelodysplasia syndrome and could no longer be treated with immunotherapy. So the cancer started spiking, and he fought to the end. And this entire time, my brother, he couldn't even be bothered to listen to my father, plead with him to come visit and talk. He just wanted money. And now, having assumed all this debt and been paying these bills, I've had a lot of time to reflect on the damage my brother did to our family and just how much he cost my dad in legal fees and lawyer fees alone, aside from us constantly helping him with his continual problems and accidents. I don't think he raped anybody. I don't really think he kidnapped anybody, but I think he pissed enough people off that he was continually facing charges for assault. And based on his behavior to my father and I, he assaulted both of us, pushed us around, stole my dad's phone. He stabbed me with a barbecue fork in my butt. He's done a lot of really mean things. Based on that behavior and everything else his ex-girlfriend has told me, and all these police reports I see, I can see why he probably had to take a plea deal or register as a sex offender. But he's not a bad person, but he's mentally ill, and what he's done is just make extra stress for me right now, and for my wife and I. My dad didn't feel comfortable having him in this house, and didn't leave this house to him, and he's gonna try to claim otherwise, just like he was trying to claim that he lives here, and it's not true at all. So this has been upsetting me. Been losing sleep over it, and work and time and money over this. And it's a very unfair thing, having taken care of my father for so long and sacrificed so much, having continually to quit my job, take care of him. It's a very unfair thing to be left with the realization that all my father had to leave me was this house and the artwork. And it's not Andreas's to take or sell in any way. And my father realized that I'd be in a better position, if need be, to keep giving Andreas money when he gets in trouble, when I start selling the artwork in greater frequency, which is, again, something that requires a lot of marketing and expenses. And I just didn't have the time or money to do that while I was taking care of my dad. So there's a lot of family court things happening now, and it's just a shame. It's just upsetting, you know, his behavior too on the day my dad died. It's scary how much he hated my dad and was angry towards my dad. And first thing he did was break in here and take my dad's cameras to sell them, disregarding everything else. It's so upsetting to me because I cherish the artwork of my dad, and there's some paintings that I had promised my dad I would never sell. They would only be on loan to a museum. And Andreas poses a threat to that now by denying the validity of my dad's last wishes, the will, and the videos. It's beyond upsetting. So that's another every day is an holiday vlog in my life. And I go back to making my vegetable soup.